friends, BR2U here. Today we're going to go on from our journey that we've been on through learning a little bit about yourself and making plans, and then beginning to go through benchmarks and details of those plans, starting the journey. We're going to talk for a moment about roadblocks. Roadblocks are those things which begin to get in the way or create a barrier to successfully completing your goals. And those may be anything. They may be something like something going on at home. They may be something at work, at school, that you feel is keeping you from successfully going through your goals. It may be also something that is more about how you're thinking, your attitude, or whatever that's going on inside of you. And then there are physical limitations that we all encounter to just getting a job done. And so be thinking about that as we discuss today overcoming roadblocks. So I've made a little chart here that you can see that itemizes a process of overcoming roadblocks. Number one, identify the block or issue. Now, to discuss this a little bit, I talked to my husband, who is in the electronics industry in manufacturing. And so he told me some of the things that they used to identify problems and troubleshoot in that industry. You can gather data around you when you have a roadblock to get a good feel of what's actually going on. You can also do observation. You can go into the situation a little bit more and watch what's taking place around you visually. Then you can test for a better understanding of the trouble or the barrier. And then finally, you can reevaluate the data. And that reevaluation is now accumulated data because you've observed and you've tested and you've gathered what data was available. Number two, you can ask questions. For instance, can you reproduce the block that is taking place? Can you reproduce the situation that caused the barrier? Is that going to happen again if you attempt to get over that barrier and move on? B, can this be fixed or removed? So you think to yourself, can this situation fix itself? Or can I do something pretty simple to fix the problem right now? Can I remove it from being a problem in some way? And then C, if it is unchangeable, is redirection possible? Can I go around the problem as though it were not there and get on with the journey? Are resources available to fix, remove, or redirect this issue? These are good questions. We need to ask questions in life in order to evaluate properly what is in front of us and how do we overcome obstacles. And then we want to plan and execute once we've gathered the data. Now make sure that you're gathering all the data. When it comes to life coaching, we want to make sure that you're doing that on different levels. So for instance, you may have a sense, a spiritual or intuitive sense, that something's wrong. You don't really know what's wrong. You just know that you feel that something's wrong and that you shouldn't go forward. So you want to take the time to evaluate that. Some people do that through just taking a little while to get away by yourself and think about it. Others do it through prayer and meditation on scriptures. There's many ways that you might choose to do that, to check your spiritual or intuitive understanding. Then also, there might be a need for right thinking. Are you just thinking about the problem incorrectly? Is an adjustment in your thinking all that is needed to solve the problem and to remove the barrier? Do you have the right attitude? Attitude matters. Many times we need to recheck our attitude and move towards life with a better attitude of perhaps gratitude or positive thinking, rather than seeing all of the problems. We just need to refocus on our vision. And then physical limitations. Do I need help? Am I at the end of what I'm capable of doing physically? Do I need to ask other people to join me in fixing this problem or removing it? Now you can also begin to gather your resources. Once you have checked yourself and the data that you've collected, you can start gathering your resources. This is part of making a plan, is gathering what is needed to execute the plan. So we sat down, we've examined it, we're starting to plan, and now we need to get our resources together. Then you need to take the first action on your plan by faith, because a lot of times you're not sure if it's going to work, but you're stepping out by faith and you're going to take the first action. And then use real-time evaluation and navigation in the process of taking action steps. Make sure that you are constantly continuing to evaluate, continuing to navigate according to what is actually going on. And then execute the plan. So once you've gone through the first steps, you now have more confidence to begin making those SMART goals and executing the full plan and getting through overcoming that obstacle or that roadblock. So I hope this has been a little helpful in terms of looking at your situations with more ability to overcome roadblocks and issues. Until next time, this is BR2U, over and out.